The first story began in a quiet town in upstate New York, 2025, where 12-year-old Jamie lived in a cozy house with spacious yards. The streets peaceful, the neighbors friendly, a place where fear felt foreign, and Jamie's parents, young and active, trusted him to stay home alone for the first time. Their car's gone for a weekend getaway, leaving him with money for pizza and a PlayStation humming with James Bond's Nightfire, the living room glowing with the TV's light the summer night. Warm, the windows cracked open, and Jamie played, lost in the game, until the doorbell rang, his heart skipping as he grabbed the $20 bill, expecting the pizza from Gino's, a local spot 3 blocks away, and he opened the door, the delivery man standing there. A rough-looking figure in his 30s, his beard long and matted, glasses glinting under a black trucker's hat, his eyes darting past Jamie into the empty house. "You alone here?" he asked, his voice low. And Jamie, taught to be wary, lied. "My parents are on their way back." A weak excuse, the man handing over the pizza box, counting change slowly, his gaze lingering, and Jamie shut the door, his stomach uneasy, eating 3 slices in the kitchen, wrapping the rest in foil. The house silent except for the hum of the fridge, and he returned to his game, switching to Agent Under Fire, hours passing, the clock nearing 11 p.m. when the doorbell rang again, sharp and jarring, and Jamie rushed downstairs, thinking his parents forgot their keys. "Mom, Dad," he called through the door, but a stranger's voice answered. "Hey, I need help. I need a phone." And Jamie froze, his hand on the knob. "Who is this?" he asked. The voice repeating, "Just need a phone." And fear gripped him, the windows dark, the voice too calm. Too close, and he backed away, the man banging on the door. "Wait, please, I need help." And Jamie saw the outline of a head through the glass panel. The man watching him, and panic surged. Jamie running upstairs to his parents' room, grabbing the house phone, dialing his mom, her voice slurred from wine, but sharpening as he whispered, "Someone's at the door." He asked if I'm alone. And the doorbell rang twice more, his mom's tone turning frantic. "Did you tell anyone you're alone?" And Jamie remembered the pizza man, his question, his stare. And he told her, the pizza guy asked, and his mom's voice grew louder. "Lock the door, stay in our room, we're calling the police." And Jamie obeyed, the tiny lock clicking, the windows open, the summer air heavy. And he heard the backyard gate creak, slow and deliberate, his mom on the phone, feeding him police updates, "Stay quiet, don't talk." And Jamie's heart raced, the house silent until footsteps echoed downstairs. Not outside, but inside, slow, wandering. And he whispered to his mom, "Someone's in the house." Her scream muffled as she relayed it to the police. "Hide under the bed," she said, and Jamie slid beneath. The lock on the door his only shield, the footsteps climbing the stairs. Pausing at his sister's empty room, then moving closer, the doorknob rattling, locked. The stranger trying again, then knocking lightly, silent, no words. And Jamie held his breath, tears burning. The footsteps retreating, fading downstairs. And his mom's voice whispered, "The police are there. Stay put." And heavy boots stormed the house, an officer shouting, "Jamie, police." And he crawled out, unlocking the door. 2 officers upstairs, 2 below, the back door ajar. The den window slid open, the entry point clear. And Jamie told them everything, the pizza man's question, the stranger's voice, the police noting. It suspecting the delivery guy, Phil, but when Jamie's parents took him to Gino's the next night, Phil wasn't there. The manager denying it could be him, and Jamie's parents made a scene, vowing never to return. The case dropped for lack of evidence, but the house felt different, the safety gone, the shadows outside watching, waiting. The second story unfolded in a remote Idaho cabin, 2025, where 17-year-old Ethan lived with his retired parents in a sprawling 2-story house. Surrounded by dense forest, no neighbors, just endless pines and logging trails. The house a dream with a gym, bar, and basement theater, but the woods felt alive, watchful, and one night, Ethan's parents out, he invited his girlfriend, Mia, to watch Gladiator in the theater, a beer in hand, the room dark, the windows uncovered. Facing the black woods, and halfway through, a chill hit Ethan, a primal fear. His heart pounding, his eyes darting to the windows, sensing eyes in the dark. But he said nothing, Mia unaware. And after the movie, he walked her to her car. The house silent, the woods too still, and he returned to turn off the basement lights. Pausing at the theater window, where a man stood, wild-haired, filthy, his face pressed to the glass, grinning, eyes deranged. A knife tapping the pane, and Ethan? Prose, backing away, the man moving to the sliding door. Still smiling, still tapping, and Ethan ran upstairs. His parents arriving, his mom pale, his dad grabbing a rifle. They'd heard of break-ins. A wanderer in the woods, and the police found nothing, no footprints. But that night, Ethan heard tapping beneath his room, faint, metallic, lasting for hours. And it continued for weeks, sometimes footsteps on the roof, the woods silent, and when his parents left town, Ethan alone with their Rottweiler, Max. He heard crunching footsteps in the snow, Max growling, barking at the door, and a knock came, slow, taunting, Ethan clutching the shotgun, finding footprints circling the house, stopping at every window leading into the forest, zigzagging. Deceptive, and that night the tapping returned, louder, Ethan stepping onto the deck. Flipping on fog lights, the man there grinning, knife in hand, and Ethan fired a warning shot, unleashing Max, who chased the figure into the woods, the tapping never returning. But the woods never felt safe again. The third story took place in a South Carolina cabin, March 2022, where college sophomore Alex and 5 friends rented a remote 2-story retreat for spring break. Surrounded by dense forest, the cabin old, its windows dusty, shutters loose. The air heavy with rot, and the first night they drank, played music, grilled outside, but the woods were too dark, too silent. And at 4:15 a.m., Alex woke in his ground floor room, heart racing, hearing tapping, fingers on the window, and he saw a man, pale, shirtless, wild-haired, staring, unblinking, his mouth open, tapping softly, and Alex whispered for his friend Matt, who saw the man vanish when the porch light flicked on, footprints circling the cabin, stopping at every window, and the group stayed, foolishly, the second night tense. Everyone watching the woods, and at 3:30 a.m., Matt saw the man inside, naked, scratched, swaying by the fridge, the back door open, not forced, and they fled, calling the sheriff, who mentioned squatters in the woods, the owner's demeanor suspicious, the listing vanishing, the group never returning. The man's face haunting Alex, the woods alive, watching, waiting,